And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Atlanta Falcons. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us down south to Mercedes-Benz Stadium on the west side of downtown Atlanta. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we've been around for a minute, as the kids like to say. I called your games. There are guys who you played with back in your day who are now the veteran players in the league, and we got a couple of veterans here at quarterback. What a difference it makes for a team when they come in with a guy who knows what he's doing back at quarterback.
Oh, and it really does. And remember, Mike, the only way to gain experience is to gain experience. There's no magic formula. You got to be in the fire, make mistakes, make great plays, learning lessons. The more you see, the better you get. And no position is that more magnified than in the NFL at the quarterback position. So the fact that these guys have played so many games, so many seasons, they've seen so much, that's a huge advantage for each of these teams. Now the question is, in today's matchup, who comes out on top?
And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Cowboys coming out. As usual, it's Dak Prescott leading the way. Led the NFL in touchdown passes, Greg, a season ago. Already his 9th year at the helm for the Cowboys.
If he's going to lead his team to a win, he has to be smart with his decision-making. The last thing you want to do is give the opposing team an extra possession solely because you got reckless with the ball. As long as he is calculated with those risks, I think they have a good chance today coming out on top.
Now, man, back for his second go-around with the Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Hayden Ellis in on that stop. Again, here's Zeke. Lots of space, past the 45. They gain 18 yards on that one. That's good for a Dallas first down.
This is a clear example of a running back who really trusts his speed. He understands if he just holds his line towards the sideline, he's going to outrun most of the defenders on the field. That's exactly what he does. Picks up the first down before being forced out of bounds.
That's down the field for Lamb. He's got it! And he has got this one all the way down to the 2-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is 1st and goal. Here's a designed run. Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stopped him short. No gain.
You could see the quarterback, once he got the snap, he was looking for any seam, any daylight. But nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll try it again from the 2. 2nd and goal. They'll run. Here's Elliott. A dive, and he's in. Ezekiel Elliott. Touchdown, Dallas. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly, right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Avery Williams on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Falcons, led out by their quarterback, Kirk Cousins. One of the big moves in the offseason, Atlanta acquiring Cousins in free agency. He had 6 years in Washington, the last 6 in Minnesota, and now he begins his run this season with the Falcons.
I had a coach tell me earlier in my career, Mike, specifically about the quarterback position. If you don't have fast feet, you better have a fast mind. And here we have a guy that has played a lot of games under center. He has seen a lot of football, and while he might not be as mobile, he might not have the arm strength to make all the throws he had earlier in his career, that experience behind center, that experience being in these moments before, man, having that quick mind, there's not a whole lot of defense is going to throw at him that he hasn't seen.
So, a big one there to start the drive. It's a gain of 34.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
He'll get this to McLeod. And he will score. Ray McLeod. Touchdown, Atlanta. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Younghoe Koo now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Falcons come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Cavante Turpin on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready now for their second drive. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. To the left side, caught by Lamb. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
And this is just where you see some of the speed of these wide receivers, Mike, really make their presence felt. And then when you have a quarterback that has the arm strength and the accuracy to get him the ball downfield, that's a deadly combination and one that's going to really open up other things as the rest of this game unfolds.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the give, it's Elliott. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Dak. This pass right side, caught by Lamb. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
We've watched CeeDee Lamb become undeniably one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike. I mean, just last season alone, led the league in receptions with 135, while totaling over 1,700 yards for the year. I mean, when the Cowboys need a big play, they're looking for number 88.
And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
This is a pass that just needs to be completed, Mike. The opportunity was there. His guy was open. They ran out of room a little bit there on the sideline. Couldn't quite get the ball up and down fast enough and ends up being thrown out of bounds.
The toss here to Zeke. He was looking for that cutback lane, but it never developed, and he's tracked down behind the line.
That was just a race to the edge, and in this case, Mike, he just wasn't the winner. I mean, at this point, when the defense is out there waiting for you, it's tough for any runner in this league to even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
On third down, Prescott. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
On fourth down, it is Pro Bowler Brandon Aubrey for the Dallas field goal. This one from just under 50 yards. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. Ray McLeod on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Falcons offense ready to take over for their second possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. To the left side in the hands of London. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now the second-year man out of Texas, Bijan Robinson. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
2nd and 2. You're thinking, I got 2 downs to get 2 yards. How hard can that be? Well, against this defense, it turns out to be a big challenge. They take you back for a loss at 2, and now you find yourself on 3rd down.
Cousins out of the gun on 3rd down. He's got his tight end. That's Pitts. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
On 1st down, Cousins. He'll get this to the former Bear, Darnell Mooney. Here's 2nd and 2. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
A first down throw for Cousins. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
They go play action with Cousins. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's in. Ray McCloud. Touchdown, Falcons. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the first quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer, because right now, they don't have one.
Here's Coop for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Falcons are on top. It's 14-10. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. There's CeeDee Lamb heading back out there with the rest of his Cowboys teammates. And he's had an early impact on this game. Sensational start, and you know they're going to be looking his way more as this game goes on. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. That's complete to Elliott. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. On 2nd down, here comes Zeke. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
3rd and short. Prescott. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch. Stays in bounds, and he's got the first down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab. A gain of 11 there, and a first down.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline, and that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. 14-10 is our score. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. On play action, here's Dak. Open man, downfield, it's CeeDee Lamb. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it, you start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
Dak wisely hits the deck at the end, but he slides after picking up the first down. Give him 16 there, and a first down.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have first and goal.
He's got it at the 3, and he's in. Jalen Tolbert, touchdown Cowboys. On for the PAT is Aubrey. He's got it. And the Cowboys move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. McLeod now to return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. There's Kirk Cousins. He and the Falcons set for their next drive. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Another run here for Robinson. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. To throw is Cousins. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. That screen goes for 12, and that's a first down.
We see this week in and week out, Mike. These running backs in today's game, they really have the skill set of a wide receiver. So if you're going to guard him one-on-one, and you know the offense is going to use him in the passing game, you better have that guy. You better have that matchup guy that you're confident to put on him and say, okay, you're going to go out there in space and defend a receiver like this. And After plays like that, I'm not sure how much more man coverage they can afford to play.
Pitts is the man in motion. Cousins now to throw on first down. 12 yards there, and a first down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He'll get this to Pitts once more. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is first down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early first down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike, touchdown, field goal. But either way, I'm coming away with points.
And he will work his way down inside the 30, a pickup of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Cousins. Over the middle, that's his tight end, Pitts. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, he's got London. This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up 2nd and goal.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
2nd down, Cousins. And some space opening up as he works it down to the 2. Big play coming up. 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Robinson. No place to run there. Good job by the D to stop him at the 2. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Whose kick is good. And the Falcons have tied it at 17.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. On the return, here's Turpin. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. To throw is Dak. A quick slant taken by Lamb. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Handoff here to Zeke. Fighting off defenders here. He'll churn forward and pick up 3. Second and 7. From the shotgun, it's Dak. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down. A shotgun snap for Prescott. That's to the left side. He's got Ferguson, and he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Looks like movement over there on the left side, and the flag is down. That's on Tyler Guyton, the 1st-round pick out of Oklahoma. Now a 2nd down throw for Prescott. That's to Ferguson once again. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He may have trusted his arm strength a little bit too much on that throw. 2 defenders in the area. Work to your check down. Work to an open receiver. I think in this case, he forces that ball, and ultimately, he's lucky he got away with it.
Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. They'll throw again. Dak. Got a man. That's Tolbert. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. To the air again. Prescott. The open man is Tolbert. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And When you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think they're fortunately this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cowboys get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead. Final moments of this first half, kicking with the lead now, as this one is in the air. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. A first down throw for Cousins. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our halftime report. We saw the vet with plenty left, Ezekiel Elliott, putting together a strong first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. 3 points, all that separates these two sides as half number 2 kicks off. On the return, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense and Kirk Cousins heading back on the field. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. That's complete to McLeod. He had 2 touchdowns earlier. Looking to see what he can do here in this second half. That grab gets them a first down.
There's a reason certain guys, Mike, just always seem to be open. It's really because route running is more art than it is science. How do you manipulate the defense to find open spots or win versus man to create separation and earn the trust of your quarterback?
Now whistles here and a penalty. Somebody moved early up front. A give, and here comes Robinson. A short pickup to the 38. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Here's Cousins. That one taken in by London. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop, and that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
To return, it is Turpin. And a nice return there. The offense not going to be backed up as much as they could have. Drive's going to start from beyond the 20. The Cowboys offense and CD Lamb set to take over once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. That's complete to Cavante Turpin. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Here's Dak to throw. In the middle of the field, it's taken by CD Lamb. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not, and when he throws it, catch it.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Prescott now. Over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
But it just doesn't seem to matter. This is an offense that continually trusts their guys to make big plays regardless of the coverage, and they're able to pick up a fresh set of downs because of it.
Again, Prescott to the air. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. He is in. Jalen Tolbert. Touchdown, Dallas. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Now, Aubrey for the extra point. He's got it. And the Cowboys will extend this 3rd quarter lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. McLeod now to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Falcons offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Pitts is the man in motion. On first down, Cousins. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
They send him right out of the slot. Off the play fake, here's Cousins. Open man downfield, that's London. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. 22 yards, the pickup there. It's good for a Falcon first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
On first and 10, Cousins. That one is caught by Mooney. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Nice grab there by Mooney, and plays like this are really the main reason why the Falcons made it a point to sign him this offseason. I mean, his talent has always been undeniable. He just has to find a way to stay on the field and prove it.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And he's got another one. Ray McCloud. Touchdown, Atlanta. That is his third touchdown of the afternoon. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His third touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man. They're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
On is Koo for the point after. He's got it. And the Falcons are back within a field goal. The lead is 3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here's Dak Prescott and the Cowboy offense set to go again. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Prescott on first down. A quick slant taken by Lamb. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. They'll run Zeke up the middle. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Here's 3rd and 2. Prescott. He doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And it's recovered by one of his teammates.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want. But now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball, more bodies around the ball carrier. Because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often, and when they do, you got to seize the moment.
And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll stick with Elliott. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Dak. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. And that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch. And in this case, what guys are unwilling.
And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
Number 1 rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
On 3rd down, Prescott going for it all. That is hard. And he's into the end zone. Devontae Turpin. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field. And after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
Aubrey now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Cowboys are going to extend their lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. McLeod now to return. Now, on the return, he has lost the football. And the defense has it. And when we talk about momentum and trying to stop negative momentum, it's moments like this. Not only did you just give up the big score, but now, Greg, they've got to get that defense back on the field after the fumble.
Yeah, and on one sideline, you're riding high. I mean, the last 2 plays could not have gone any better. And then on the other sideline, they couldn't have gone any worse.
First down, Prescott. Pass completed right side to Ferguson. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
Mike, think back to our conversation during the break. We've kind of both asked ourselves, are they content with this double-digit lead? Do they come out and play conservative here in the second half? Well, it took exactly 1 play to get our answer.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And that's going to wind up incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. To the left side, caught by Lamb. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 3rd down and 4. To the air again. Prescott. He's got it at the 3. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
Well, they say football is a game of inches, and plays like this explain why. You pick up a little bit more, it's a fresh set of downs. Now on 4th and short, this coach has a decision to make. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Cowboys add on to their lead. Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. McLeod now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Cousins. That'll be caught by the running back Robinson. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. That's caught left side by Pitts. And he's going to have a 1st down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9. Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
He'll get this to Pitts once more. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Donovan Wilson.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down.
So the receiver does everything right, except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, creates great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
On second down, it's Dak. There's that man again, another catch. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Now Elliott. And he will have a Cowboys first down. They're able to convert on 3rd and short, picking up 4. They'll run it here with Zeke. Strong running there, pushing his way forward to gain a couple. Second down and 8. Here's Dak to throw. He'll let this go deep for Tolbert. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down.
Just a great example of not only the anticipation, but the instincts to go break that pass up, Mike. You can see he's clearly looking at the quarterback's eyes, and once that ball was delivered, he's just attacking it and breaking it up.
He's going to try it here again. He's got it! And he will score again! Jalen Tolbert, touchdown, Dallas. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Prescott leading the Cowboys to the line for this 2-point try. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. McLeod now to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's got his man, it's Mooney. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
A first down throw for Cousins. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. Two nice play calls here to kick off the drive. 15 more on that one. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. That one is caught by Mooney. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They run over center with Robinson. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Cousins to throw. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
That one's to the sideline complete. Nice grab as he stays in bounds.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Second down, Cousins. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. They'll have to go the full 10 yards. It's 1st and goal. Cousins. Throw over the middle, caught by London. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. There is a marker down, but I think this score is going to hold up. Here's Coop for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Falcons are able to cut into the deficit. So down 2 scores, they're going to roll the dice here with an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
The Cowboys offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. And as we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Greg, definitely a lot to show from the passing game.
Yeah, and as good as the offense feels about their passing game, I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of learning to do because you just get burned time and time again. You'd think at some point you'd make an adjustment and make a correction. So at this point, they've given up 4 touchdown passes. You're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL giving up that production in one phase of the game.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. He's got a man open. That's Tolbert. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. Let's see if they can put this one out of reach.
They'll try to run this one in. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Ezekiel Elliott. Touchdown, Cowboys. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here's Williams on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense ready to take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. Now, Cousins. He'll get this to McLeod. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Closing in on 200 receiving yards for the game. He's been outstanding. That one good for a first down. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Cousins now to throw on first down. Short throw taken by Pitts.
Really nice job there defensively, playing the integrity of that zone defense so well. Anytime an offense is running these crossing routes or these underneath drag routes, they're trying to cause confusion with the underneath zone defenders. In this case, they all stuck to their reads, they all played their responsibilities, and they're not able to pick up any additional yards after the catch. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end, and at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Cousins out of the gun on third down. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Open man is Mooney. He's got it. And he's going to have a Falcons first down. They'll get the conversion. It's a gain of 14. Throwing his Cousins. To the right, that's Pitts. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. That'll be caught by the running back Robinson. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
If you want to play running back in today's modern NFL, Mike, you have to be able to be a viable weapon in the passing game. It's all about touches. It's not just about handoffs anymore. It's how many different ways can we get the ball in your hands.
No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Falcons go ahead and take their second timeout, and they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Here's a 2nd and 6. Cousins gonna throw. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And third down coming up.
One of those plays where you like the idea, you just don't like the execution. I didn't feel the quarterback was overly comfortable in the pocket. Footwork, a little bit sloppy. All of a sudden now the pass is a little less accurate and an opportunity for a big shot. You end up falling short.
Now a deep ball toward the end zone. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. They'll take over at the 20-yard line.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. To a knee goes Prescott. And that should do it. So it's a win here for the visiting Cowboys. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.